My issue with Jordan Peterson is that, like, I'll agree with most of what he says on a descriptive level. Like, I think it's important to recognize differences between men and women. They're real, they exist, obviously. And there's different ways that men and women function in society. But I think that sometimes we make the mistake in society of, we'll look at men and women where they are, and we'll assume that they could only ever be there because of our biological differences. And then we ignore the massive social drivers that we have that push us deeper into those fields. In my opinion, in a totally equitable world, totally equal, everybody has the same opportunity, same upbringing, blah, blah, blah. I think even in that world, you'd still see men and women choosing differently based on the profession, but you're not going to see like 90% of men and 10% of women in some areas. It's going to be like 55-45, or maybe a little bit larger, maybe a little bit smaller, depending on the area. But I feel like sometimes we make this mistake of like, well, women have always done this, so they'll never want to do this in the future. And I think that, at least in the United States, access to the workplace and access to birth control has like fundamentally altered women's relationship with society in ways that I don't think anybody would have ever believed. Nobody would have thought that like women could outperform men in math, for instance, because boys play with toys and you know, women play with Barbie dolls, and women are more social and boys are more abstract and discrete in numbers and blah, blah. But we were starting to see for education that wasn't the case, right? Or the idea that, oh, women don't enjoy recreational sex, they'll never do that, that's horrible, you know, women are the gatekeepers and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, I don't know, with access to birth control, and they have the ability to have recreational sex without getting pregnant all the time, it seems like some of them do enjoy recreational sex. So the scary thing about people like Jordan Peterson is sometimes he'll come in with these just so stories. He'll say, well, you know, women are like this and men are like this, and because of this biologically, these things are never going to change. And it's like, some of these things might change, and I think we need to be a little bit more receptive or understanding of where those changes are going to happen so that we can be ready for it in the future.